Now at 4, the race for the White House has fewer candidates. Kentucky Senator Rand Paul talks about his decision to drop out of the presidential campaign.
It is a much better looking and feeling day across much of central and eastern Kentucky. In the 7-day forecast, I've got the return of winter just ahead.
Also, it's a big day for UK football coach Mark Stoops and his troops. WKYT's Rob Bromley has highlights of National Signing Day for Kentucky, now at 4. Good afternoon, I'm Jennifer Palumbo. After a stormy night, it's a much calmer afternoon. Here's a live look at downtown Lexington, where temperatures are pushing 60 degrees right now. But that milder air won't last long. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has a first look at the forecast. Chris, it's a nice afternoon.
Yeah, it is very nice out there. Still have those gusty winds, but Jennifer, unlike yesterday, those winds are not leading up to thunderstorms and flooding rains. Good looking sky over top of Hamburg Pavilion as of right now, but look at our little creek that is still flowing out there. When you see that little creek in our front yard, that's when you know we've had a lot of rain. We picked up better than an inch to an inch and a half of rain into many areas last night. 57 degrees as of now. Winds are gusting close to 30 miles per hour right now. 29-mile-per-hour gusts in the past hour in Lexington. Those winds are indeed coming from the west. Look at the temperature swing, though. It is 66 degrees into Prestonsburg, 57 Ashland, 43 Paducah, 30s then begin to show up to our northwest. That's the air that is coming in here later on tonight and into the day tomorrow. Defender radar network, calm and quiet. That's exactly how we like to see it. Steep drop in temperatures coming in from west to east. Many of us will wind up into the upper 30s to low 40s. Then winter gets ready to fight back. 7-day forecast comes your way as we break down that winter weather threat next week. Jennifer, in 15 minutes.
Thank you, Chris. Senator Rand Paul says he is focusing on his re-election race in Kentucky and ending his bid for the White House. The news came after the Republican finished 5th in the Iowa caucuses Monday night. Peter Zampa talked to Senator Paul about his decision. It's our top story at 4.
Senator Paul finished ahead of 6 other candidates in Iowa, but he tells us he just wasn't feeling enough momentum to keep pushing towards the White House.
If I thought I could win, I'd still be in, but I don't want to do it just to do it. I really wanted to do it not only to spread the message, but to win.
Last year, Senator Paul asked the Kentucky GOP to switch from a primary to a presidential caucus so that he could appear on the ballot as a senator and in the caucus as a presidential candidate. Though he dropped out, he says he does not regret switching formats.
This is an enthusiasm building project, and we're excited about the caucus, and I'm going to work very hard to make it a success.
The senator says that as of right now, he is not endorsing another candidate.
I don't want to pre-decide the election. People in Kentucky have a lot of candidates to choose from, and I'm going to leave it up to them to choose.
Senator Paul wouldn't give us a hint as to whether another presidential run is in his future, but he did say he will continue to fight for his message here on Capitol Hill. Reporting in Washington, Peter Zampa, WKYT.
Rand Paul faces 2 other Republicans in the May primary for U.S. Senate. His likely opponent in the general election will be Lexington Mayor Jim Gray, who has 6 opponents in the Democratic primary. New on WKYT News at 4:30, what Rand Paul's decision means for the GOP presidential caucus here in Kentucky. CNN reporting that Republican Rick Santorum is dropping out of the GOP race as well. The remaining candidates on both sides are in New Hampshire trying to drum up support ahead of Tuesday's primary. They'll have town hall meetings in the coming days. Republican Donald Trump is dominating the polls in the Granite State. Behind him, it's a 4-way tie among Ted Cruz, Jeb Bush, John Kasich, and Marco Rubio. For the Democrats, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders has a commanding lead over Hillary Clinton. The overnight storms have moved out, but flooding remains an issue in some communities. High water is a concern in Scott County, where there are reports of washed-out roads. A farmer living on Pokeberry Road says the flooded road is costing him a lot of time. To reach his heifers, which are calving right now, he says he has to drive around the creek, and that takes him an hour longer than usual.
If I could just cross the creek, on my four-wheeler, it'd take me about 15-20 minutes. I could be up there across the farm, check on them, be back, so it does put quite a bit more on the time. Plus, you use a lot more fuel and things like that, wear and tear on your vehicle.
Since the rain has stopped, road crews hope the water will start to subside so they can reopen that road. In the meantime, they're clearing fallen tree limbs and other debris off other roads. We're working on a number of other stories for WKYT starting at 4:30. Amber Philpott joins us from the newsroom with a look at some of the news in progress. Good afternoon, Amber.
Good afternoon to you, Jennifer. Some roads in Knox County were impassable due to high water earlier today. Take a look. This is California Hollow Road, a road that typically floods in conditions like this. That road in Kentucky 11 south of Barberville had a lot of water over them this morning. Initially, schools were put on a 2-hour delay, but in the daylight, officials realized it was not safe for school buses to get around, and they decided to close schools. We're told that at least a half a dozen roads across the county were submerged, but the situation has improved in the last couple of hours. We'll have more on the improving conditions on WKYT News at 4:30. Powell County also experienced flash flooding, which made it a challenge for students to get to school there this morning. One parent said some roads were in bad shape this morning around the time that school was set to begin. He told us that there was gravel, limbs, leaves, and swift water moving, making for unsafe roadways. For this reason, the county felt that out of the safety of its children, it was best to have a 2-hour delay there. Most of the people impacted were near Adams Ridge, along with a few other highly traveled roads. Alexa widow who had a memorial box stolen has made peace with not getting it back. She says she is inspired by how many people the story has touched. Nicole Brizio put out a free little library in honor of her husband who passed away a year ago. It was stolen less than 24 hours later. She says the box being stolen has allowed her husband's message to be spread far beyond what her free little library would have ever done. You're going to hear from her ahead on WKYT News at 5. That's a look at just some of the news in progress. Jennifer, back to you.
Thank you, Amber. It's National Signing Day for college football teams, and UK coach Mark Stoops calls this his best recruiting class yet at Kentucky. Rob Bromley has a look at the future Cats in our Big Blue coverage. Rob?
Well, Jennifer, signing day, always a big day, and I'll tell you, Mark Stoops this afternoon seemed as happy as he has ever been about recruiting. It is a class of 25, highlighted by 5 in-state recruits: Landon Young, Cash Daniel, Drake Jackson, Devontae Robinson, and Zaire Hughes.
The most important thing is to get the local guys, and we're blessed to have such great talent in state this year, and we're blessed to have some guys very close to home here. So, you know, I thought those guys were critical. We did once again very good in Ohio, signing 11 players out of Ohio, and top to bottom, extremely strong group. Great football players, but more importantly, great people, great leaders, great families.
And Stoops said they'll all be a great addition to his football team. A special 1-hour special coming up tonight on the CW Lexington. That will be from 10 to 11. Jennifer, back to you.
Thank you, Rob. We look forward to it. And UK has 7 football players who enrolled early. Spring practice begins next month. Toyota is recalling thousands of SUVs and trucks. Details ahead in WKYT Money Watch. And bourbon sales are soaring here and at home and abroad. Find out by how much next on WKYT News at 4.
When big news breaks, be the first to know. Download the WKYT News app and turn on push alerts. Breaking news at your fingertips when you need to know what's going on. Push alerts, now available on the WKYT News app.
Want to save energy and money? By replacing an older refrigerator or freezer, you can save hundreds of dollars on your energy costs. And we'll pick up and recycle the old one for free. Turn that old appliance into cash. To schedule your pickup, call today. Cumberland Valley Electric and South Kentucky RECC, your Touchstone Energy Cooperatives.
Whether it's your first firearm purchase or an addition to your collection, Semper Fi Firearms in Brandon Crossing has a wide variety of new, used, and collectible firearms. Visit us in Brandon Crossing or our new second location in Somerset. For more information, go to semperfifirearms.net.
Do you have to get in a car accident for your insurance to matter? What if you could get help with more often? You can when you're a member and your insurance is AAA.
Do-it-yourself stores may be fine for garden hoses and 2x4s, but appliances? Those guys may know these washers, but P-Rats knows these washers. and ranges and refrigerators and more. And after 4 years of being rated the best place to buy appliances in Central Kentucky, there's nowhere else in the Bluegrass better suited to help find your perfect kitchen. So for wood screws and wheelbarrows, go ahead, do it yourself. But for the right appliances at the right price, nobody beats P-Rats.
I'd like to make a farewell toast to boring breakfast sandwiches. Goodbye, you dry, crusty, poor excuses for breakfast. I've moved on to the new DQ chicken and gravy biscuit. Juicy white meat chicken breast on a fluffy home-style biscuit smothered in pepper gravy. I'll never eat a dry breakfast again. Maybe I should propose a toast to gravy.
The new DQ chicken and gravy biscuit, only at your DQ. This is fan food, not fast food.
Integrity, character, dedicated.
Committed to service.
To serve and to protect.
We are the men,
the women,
the present,
and the future.
The Office of the Fayette County Sheriff.
Join our team.
This week, the Jeopardy! College Championship is finally here.
Let's go to work.
15 of the brightest college students compete to make their schools and their parents proud.
Jeopardy! Tonight at 7:30 on WKYT. Keep up with the latest news on WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
The Dow up 183 points today as oil jumped 8% to above $32 a barrel. The Dow closed at 16,337. The Nasdaq fell 13. Toyota is recalling more than 300,000 SUVs and trucks because of airbag problems. The airbags mounted on the roof can inflate without a crash. Toyota says the problem is an issue with the computer that controls the airbags. Dealers will replace the computers at no charge. 2015 was a good year for Kentucky bourbon makers. The Distilled Spirits Council said combined U.S. revenues for Kentucky bourbon, Tennessee whiskey, and rye whiskey rose nearly 8% last year. Bourbon revenues outpaced the overall distilled spirits sector. Experts say growing demand for high-priced, super premium brands is making the revenues stronger. Amazon is reportedly planning to open hundreds of physical bookstores. That's according to one U.S. mall executive. The online retail giant opened its first brick-and-mortar location in Seattle last November, describing it as a physical extension of Amazon.com. Company executives have not yet commented on the news. An Emerson student in Boston came up with a creative way to make some extra cash by renting out his dorm room on Airbnb. Sophomore Jack Worth hosted 3 guests before the school forced him to take the posting down. He was fined $150 by Airbnb and now faces disciplinary action by Emerson. Well, how about a burger with a side of books? Through February 15th, when you order a Happy Meal at McDonald's, you'll get a small book. One of them is the classic Paddington. The other 3 will have a Valentine's Day theme. McDonald's wants to hand out 17 million books.
I'm Deanne Stevens out and about at Jesse Clark Middle School where they're headed to nationals. Go Eagles!
And we have much colder air headed toward the Bluegrass State. We're tracking that and the possibility of a few overnight snow flurries of all things. That's next.
When you turn on your faucet, you expect to drink clean water. But after the water crisis in Flint, Michigan, WKYT investigates what's being done locally to keep our water clean. What's in your water? Thursday at 6 on WKYT.
Get weather plus traffic with a WKYT weather app. Have the Defender Radar Network in the palm of your hand while checking your driving conditions for your commute on the same screen. Weather plus traffic on the WKYT weather app.
This President's Day, it's all about choices at the Burke Furniture President's Day sale. Get the special order bedroom you want in 21 days with Von Bassett Furniture.
That's incredible!
It's all at the Burke Furniture President's Day sale, going on now.
Important message for women and men ages 50 to 85. Please write down this toll-free number now. Right now in areas like yours, people are receiving this free information kit for guaranteed acceptance life insurance with a rate lock through the Colonial Penn program. If you are on a fixed income or concerned about rising prices, learn about affordable whole life insurance with a lifetime rate lock that guarantees your rate can never increase for any reason. If you did not receive your information or if you misplaced it, call this number now and we'll rush it to you. Your acceptance is guaranteed with no health questions. Please stand by to learn more.
I'm Alex Trebek, and the announcement you just heard is for a popular and affordable life insurance plan with a rate lock guarantee. That means your rate is locked in for life and can never increase. Did you get your free information kit in the mail? If not, please call this toll-free number now. In the last month alone, thousands have called about this plan with the rate lock guarantee through the Colonial Penn program. And here's why. This plan is affordable, with coverage options for just $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. Your rate is locked in and can never go up. And your acceptance is guaranteed. You cannot be turned down because of your health. See how much coverage you can get for just $9.95 a month. Call now for your free information kit. Don't wait. Call today.
Call 1-800-909-4488 for your free information and free gift. There's no obligation. That's 1-800-909-4488. Or visit us online at colonialpenn.com. That number again is 1-800-909-4488. Call now.
This President's Day, it's all about choices at the Burke Furniture President's Day sale. Get the special order bedroom you want in 21 days with Von Bassett Furniture.
That's incredible!
It's all at the Burke Furniture President's Day sale, going on now.
Stay connected to the news that matters to you. WKYT. Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Well, a very nice day, of course, coming with a bumpy price overnight. Had the heavy rains, the gusty winds causing all kinds of issues. Flooding turning out, as we expected last night, to be the bigger player of anything. It's still some high water out there right now. Ground was just way too soggy to accommodate an inch to an inch and a half of water in a short amount of time. What we're dealing with now, though, we're saying goodbye to the warmer stuff to our east, and now it's another little weak cold front that is on our doorstep. Winds are becoming northwesterly. That is a colder wind, and as is often the case around here, a northwesterly wind produces clouds, and underneath those clouds, we're seeing a couple of snow flurries that are breaking out here across parts of Indiana and Illinois. That action will try to sneak in here very late tonight and into at least part of tomorrow. So the sunny skies we have right now looking good, but notice the overcast to our north and northwest. We look through the day tomorrow. Anyone is fair game for a flurry at any time. Sun, clouds kind of doing battle as we go into your Thursday. Colder day, too. It's going to feel even colder considering how warm we have been. Mid and upper 30s. Most areas tomorrow evening will drop it into the upper 20s. 3-day threat track. We go into your Thursday. The potential is there for, again, some snowflakes. Then as we go toward Friday and Saturday now, conditions not bad at all. Let's look ahead into next week, shall we? The pattern is getting ready to flip again. That's been the setup for the entire winter. Think about this. We go from one extreme to the other. We had the big snowstorm a few weeks ago, sub-zero temperatures. We just hit a record high. It was severe weather last night. Set up for early next week is one that will feature the jet stream taking a big dip all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. A setup like that will likely produce at least a couple of systems that can throw snows, light to moderate snow showers, snow squalls across much of our region. Cold air will go all the way to the deep south. They may have a freeze in the heart of Florida as we go toward next week. For us, chances are we get at least some coatings, if not some local accumulations of greater than an inch or two as we go to the first part of next week. That Monday through Wednesday time frame may feature little waves of snow that just keep coming at us. And oh yeah, bitterly cold air is on the move during that time as well. That may be the coldest air we've had so far this winter time coming up as we go toward the middle of next week. And that setup, again, will take snow showers and squalls all the way into the heart of the Ohio Valley, the Tennessee Valley, and parts of the deep south may end up seeing some of those snowflakes as well. So our forecast over the next few days, a flurry or two around as we go into tomorrow. By the time we hit the weekend, it's not too bad. Temperatures on the normal side, generally 40 to 45. Winds are going to be a little gusty. Then we see winter early next week. Look at that. It could see single-digit lows by the middle of next week. And again, at least periods of snow showers and squalls will settle in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Right now, Officer Don settles in with a look at traffic.
Overall view, not too bad right now as far as traffic flows. We're early into rush hour and looking good outbound Versailles Road into Woodford County, also Nicholasville Road from Southland to Man of War. Drive times not impacted yet. Winchester Road, normal ride on 64. We're also Cape Pierce and Mount Sterling and Richmond across the Clays Ferry Bridge. Everything looks good. Now back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Officer Don. A Lexington Middle School has a lot to cheer about as its cheerleading squad competes for a national title this weekend in Orlando, Florida.
That's a lot of fun. Deanne Stevens having a little fun. She's out and about at Jesse Clark Middle School with more. Hi, Deanne.
Good afternoon, guys, from Jesse Clark Middle School, where we have a group of fantastic, beautiful athletes who are preparing to take off to compete in Orlando, and they're doing that tomorrow. But before we get a little special treat from them, we have Jennifer Kendall, who's associate principal here at Jesse Clark. You guys are excited about this big competition, nationals, this weekend.
Oh, goodness, yes. And these girls have been working so hard. They started planning for nationals last spring. They have worked all summer. They have had countless hours of practice on their routines, and we are so proud of how far they've come, and we can't wait to see what they're going to do next week.
These are serious athletes here, and they do work hard. And when we came up, they were all, they want it to be perfect, don't they?
Yes, every time.
All right, well, we're going to get to see Hannah here, who had a little accident, but she has turned from cheerleader to coach. Right, Hannah?
Yeah.
How do you handle all these girls around here, coaching them?
They're good.
They're good. They're good. Preparing for nationals, right? Okay, so tell us what we're about to see, Hannah.
You're about to see their elites, which they're going to do in Orlando.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Please, guys.
5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3.
Way to go, girls! Okay, so good luck to Jesse Clark Middle School competing this weekend in Orlando, as well as the many other schools from Kentucky who will be there too. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. Back to you guys. Say back to you guys.
Back to you guys.
Good luck to Jesse Clark Middle. Thanks, Deanne. Can certain drugs cause Alzheimer's disease? What new research finds in Better Living? And there may be an easy way to look slimmer, taller, and more confident. The power of posture next on WKYT News at 4. Tonight's Powerball jackpot is $112 million, and Friday night's Mega Millions jackpot, $71 million.
Exciting, creative, edgy, fun. A career in cosmetology is always in style, and Barrett & Company School of Hair Design can help you be a part of it. Success begins with proper training. Make it happen at Barrett & Company. Call today and enroll in Barrett & Company.
In Kentucky, elder abuse is on the rise. Most nursing home residents say nothing in fear of retaliation. Watch for signs, bruises, scratches, bed sores, and cues in body language. If you suspect nursing home abuse, you need to seek justice. Call Hughes & Coleman, 800-800-4600, 800-800-4600, before it's too late.
Get on your computer or mobile device. Because of all the great Toyota deals out there, most are not seen on TV. That's why you need to visit buyatoyota.com for a huge selection of savings offers that couldn't possibly fit in a TV commercial, including 0% financing, great lease deals, and 2-year no-cost maintenance. So get on your computer or mobile device and go to buyatoyota.com, Toyota's official website for deals. Toyota, let's go places.
When it comes to your heart, there's one team that's leading the way to better care in the area: Baptist Health. Our team exceeds national standards for heart attack care and has been recognized with top quality ratings for cardiac surgery. From clinical research trials to advanced imaging and surgical options, our heart specialists provide nationally recognized comprehensive care right here at Baptist Health.
Jimmy Nash Homes is known for the beautiful community of Patch and Wilkes in the Reserve at Greenbrier, an estate community in the midst of beautiful horse farms with luscious green space. And we're excited about Andover Club Villas, luxury country club living at its best, and our first ever Jessamine County exclusive community, the Oaks at Cave Springs, soon to be one of Central Kentucky's most stunning neighborhoods. All of our homes in all 4 communities feature Anderson Windows and Doors, the most trusted name in windows and doors.
Your dream home starts here with us. We have something for everyone.
So come and see us.
If you're looking for a career that is rewarding and always in style, start your training for a career in cosmetology at Barrett & Company. Day and night classes are enrolling, so begin your journey into a fashion-forward career in cosmetology and call today and enroll in Barrett & Company.
It's time for Better Living, health education, and consumer news that impacts your life. Drugs used to treat anxiety and insomnia are not linked to an increased risk of dementia. That's the finding of new research on tranquilizers such as Valium and Xanax. The study found no association with dementia, but it does recommend that doctors avoid the drugs for senior citizens to prevent other health risks. More than 3 million women in the U.S. are at risk of drinking while pregnant. The Centers for Disease Control says that's because women are drinking alcohol while they're not using birth control, and sometimes even while they're trying to get pregnant. Alcohol during the first months of pregnancy can cause long-lasting physical and intellectual disabilities in the babies. The National Transportation Safety Board wants to see the legal blood alcohol limit lowered. In 2003, Congress mandated that all 50 states adopt a .08 limit or risk losing federal highway funding. The NTSB says 1,000 lives would be saved each year if the level was reduced to .05. Parkinson's patients may be at higher risk for falling and hip fractures for years before they're diagnosed. Researchers in Sweden studied more than 24,000 patients. They found that in the 15 years before diagnosis, Parkinson's disease was associated with a 36% higher risk of hip fractures. Is there a quick fix to look slimmer, taller, and more confident, all while improving your health? It turns out there is, and you don't have to be a movie star to get it. Carl Azuz has the details.
Stand up straight. Sit up. It sounds like nagging, but it's actually healthful advice.
Good posture is aligning your joints and your body in a way that puts the least strain on your muscles.
But Dr. Diana Sadiq says we often have bad posture. The biggest mistakes made while sitting are jutting the head forward, slumping the shoulders, crossing the legs, and leaning to one side, especially when driving.
If you have bad posture over time, you can have pain, have neck pain, headaches or upper back pain, low back pain, and overuse injuries.
You can actively work to improve your posture. To sit properly,
feet flat on the floor, her hips are back against the chair, her back is all against the chair, and then her head is neutral. It's right in line, it's not too far forward.
To check your standing posture, try the wall test. Stand about 2 inches away from a wall. If you have good posture, your shoulders, head, and buttocks should all touch the wall with enough space to slide one hand behind your lower back. Sitting or standing, here's a tip for good posture.
Imagine a string pulling from your head to the ceiling.
For today's Health Minute, I'm Carl Azuz.
After 4 years, United Airlines will once again allow families with young children to board early. The airline decided to reverse its policy to make traveling less stressful for parents. The change will take effect February 15th, allowing families with children under the age of 2 to board the plane before other passengers. For more health, education, and consumer news, go to WKYT.com and click on Better Living. Now let's head over to Chris, and we started the show pushing 60 degrees. The temperatures are falling fast.
Yeah, we're starting now to see that drop coming in from west to east. Into eastern Kentucky, we're mid and upper 60s. Western Kentucky close to 40 as of now. Sandwiched in between central Kentucky down to 57, Mountain Parkway and Lexington. Look at London, though. How about you, Laurel County? 62 degrees, 56 current thermometer just to the west of us, capital city of Frankfort. Everybody with a partly sunny sky, though I notice a little more in the way of some hazy sun into the southeastern corner of the state. Those current temperatures really showing the story, huh? 64 Jackson, 44 into Owensboro. Unlike yesterday when we started out the day chilly, the warm air is not going to win the battle this go around. It's the colder stuff that is coming on into town. Defender Radar Network with a much better view than what we had 24 hours ago, though a rogue snow flurry or two is possible tonight and into the day tomorrow.
You have a 7-day forecast that includes single digits.
Yeah, it's going to get really cold next week. Winter is just taking a little bit of a break. We called this halftime last week, and I think halftime's just about over.
It'll be back soon. Well, the news is just getting started here on WKYT. Sam, Dick, and Amber Philpott are next at 4:30.